Okay, just going to look at, do we have a trade set up for the week of February 17th? Looking at oil futures, QM, the E-mini light oil futures, and there's a lot in front of us here. Looking at the daily chart. So right away, I want you to notice that this blue line going across the screen right here, this is called the Fibonacci retracement, the 38.2. So on Friday, which is this candlestick here, it broke above that. Also, you'll notice that the 3 EMA has crossed over the yellow 8 EMA, and also the HMA has turned green right here. So this whole box up here, this rectangle, this darker rectangle, is resistance area, meaning the price should stay up in this area and kind of have a hard time moving higher. But we'll have to keep an eye on it. So these down here are called cycles, and this, anytime you see it come down like this is the low where these two cycles meet. This is where you expect to see a low, but this is a minor low. Now it's due on February 19th, which is just 2 days from now. Okay, with all this strong upward momentum, it's going to be very interesting to see if this even comes down at all, because it might not. Okay, so that's the daily. The daily shows some very strong upward momentum, but I'm reluctant to make a long trade because of this new resistance area. But let's go over and look at the hourly. Okay, so that's the daily chart. Expecting a cycle low to be here, which right now seems to be ready to bust right through it and not even pay attention to this cycle low. You got momentum coming up very strongly, so we'll see what's going on here. This could just continue up. Let's from 55 approximately all the way up to 59.5. This area. Okay, so let's go look at the hourly. Okay. So this is the hourly chart, and we don't have the cycles on here because the cycles really won't fit on here very well because it's that time frame's hourly. But here's the same resistance area from 55.4 all up to 59.5. Okay, so that was Friday at 56.25. Same strong upward momentum going on right here. We have the trading just started. There we go. Sunday session just started right now during this video. Okay, no gap up or gap down. It just started right where we left off, 56.25, a little bit below it actually. 56.175. Started right where we left off. Nobody placed any additional orders up or down over the weekend to make this thing gap up or down, so it's sitting right there on Sunday open at 5 o'clock Central Time here in the U.S. Okay, but looking at the hourly, what I'm going to keep an eye on is, back here on Friday at around 5 o'clock at night, I'm sorry, 5 a.m. in the morning, and 6 a.m., you can see that the 3 EMA red crossed over the 8 and separated itself strongly. And the HMA turned green, and it was off to the races for, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours here. And it tried to come back down, but really didn't, and still been strong. Okay. So the 3 is still above the 8, and all of this action is well above the midline of the volatility band. So you have some significant volatility, right? You got pricing moving up, and we're going to keep a close eye on this today. I'm going to want to see what this does. If the 3 EMA really separates itself from the whole moving average again, or just continues to separate itself from the 8, then maybe I will make a long trade. But that would be, if I did make a long trade, boy, I'm going to be right on top of it, getting ready to close it. I would definitely not leave it hang overnight. If I did, I want my stops in there, because I could, looking at one of the services I subscribe to, they're saying this is a high risk area. Anywhere in here is high risk, meaning it's going to roll over. Considering that we saw on the daily, so here's the today just started, 5 o'clock. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't look like it's coming down, but it just gapped up strong. Look at that big gap up over here. It just went like hugely gapped up about 2/10. But anyway, price is going to move around. That's what prices do. But so we'll keep an eye on this. This is very strong upward momentum right now. So I would say if you do want to make a trade on the hourly, that would be long, a long trade. But man, I would be cautious. If you're going to trade long, stay right on top of it. Try not to leave any positions hanging open, especially overnight. If you think you can get into the position and go ahead and close it out within a few hours and make some money, that's probably best. Because I really don't have a sense of a good trade right now, other than I certainly can't say short this. And as strong as this upward momentum is, like the only thing I could say is if you're going to make a trade, yeah, the only thing I can say right now is a trade on the long side. But make sure you have this. Make sure you have all this set up. Make sure you have your 3 EMA, your 8 EMA, your Hall moving average, your volatility band. All that should be set up because you want to be keeping a close eye on that red line. And what is it doing compared to the Hall moving average and the yellow? Does it separate itself up again and take off? Because if it does, that's probably a good thing for a long trade. You look at the 15-minute chart here for a minute. Yeah, wow. Okay. That's all I can say right now. I really don't have much to say about, I don't have a sense right now on any of these charts that I can say with a really high confidence, wow, we got a great trade, Though everything suggests to go long here, just look at these huge gaps in the EMAs. It just says buy long, but man. So that's all I can say right now. I would say if you're going to buy long, be cautious. Keep a very close eye on your hourly chart and your 15-minute chart and pay close attention to what's going on because it could turn quick on you. All right, that's it for now.